It's your boy Firms. This is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions get shared and smoke gets served. Let's go! Bruno don't score against big six teams? Huh? What do you mean? Rashford was there on the front line. Cavani took one for the team, then Bruno Fernandes hit that clean. Sweet one with a right foot. Greenwood came through with a left foot clock, but he hit him in the jaw with a left hook. Now you're in fourth place, game 19. What do you mean? Rashford was there on the front line. Cavani took one for the team, then Bruno Fernandes hit that clean. Sweet one with a right foot. Greenwood came through with a left foot clock, but he hit him in the jaw with a left hook. Now you're in fourth place, game 19. Rashford was there on the front line. Cavani took one for the team, then Bruno Fernandes hit that clean. Jeez, hey, I am gassed. Manchester United 3, Liverpool 2. How about that? You can't come to the theatre of dreams and think you can just come here willy-nilly and try and beat Man United and then walk away and enter into the next round of the FA Cup like nothing happened. Nah, this is Ollie. He's at the wheel. I'm in the Prius, chilling at the back, waiting for my destination. Wherever that may be, I don't know, but I'm chilling. The price is cheap. You get me? It's nice. Full tank. Get me? Hybrid. Chilling. Get me? But anyway, let me get into it. Boy. Look. Who saw Rashford's performance? Who saw Rashford's performance? And this is the Rashford that we all love as Manchester United fans. This is the Rashford that we all want to see. Look, I'm tired of Rashford being played out wide on the right. I'm tired of seeing him in positions, you know, where he's not supposed to be. Rashford is supposed to be on the left. We saw Rashford comfortable as anything on the left. Killing Trent. Well, where was Trent? This is the best right back in the world. Where was he? Rashford had him on toast. Served him on butter. You know, it was emotional, bruv. There was nowhere to be seen. Trent was all there trying to be top goal scorer of the month, yeah? And trying to get the most assists in the league. Whilst Rashford was there tearing up that defence, yeah? And whipping in balls to Mason Greenwood. That ball was world class, but you know what? Mason Greenwood, he's a guy that don't need many chances. If you put him in and around that box with the ball to his feet, it's going in the net. And the thing was frustrating about Mason Greenwood is he ain't getting this many opportunities. You know, he played his last game against Watford, where he started centrally, which is where a lot of us Man United fans want to see him start. But this guy didn't get into the game, and to be honest, he wasn't surrounded by the guys that can potentially bring the best out of him, bring the most opportunities for him. You know, in the Watford game, he was paired alongside guys like Dan James, who obviously isn't creative on the left. He had Mata, who is a bit more creative, but you know, maybe is not quite up to the standard that it should be. And then you had guys in the middle that were, again, there was no like Bruno Fernandes, he got rested. So it's just like the creativity isn't there. When he's in a squad now where you've got the Pogbas, where you've got the Brunos, and although the pass didn't come from any of them, but we just play differently. We're just more fluid, you know. And you saw that that pass that Rashford did. Although, you know, Van der Beek was there again, and Van der Beek's a lot more, he provides a lot more quality than I would say Mata at this time would. But he was in a better team overall, is what my point is that Mason Greenwood was in a better team where, you know, he had a lot more, you know, Cavani, a lot more experience. He had Rashford there, do you know what I mean? He had guys like Bruno Fernandes, that came on later, but he had like Van der Beek, he had Pogba, you know, he had guys here that overall were working well. And you saw that. You saw what came out of that game. You know, Greenwood got his chance, he put it in the net. And that's what we all want to see, man. And that finish was class. And I'm glad that he put away that ball, because what Salah did to our goalkeeper was unforgivable. Should have never allowed him to lob the Gea. Should have never been caught out like that. I don't know what happened there. But, you know, somehow Salah managed to run through our defence and lob the keeper on a one-on-one. That wasn't nice to see. But you know what? We paid them back with quality goals from Rashford. Opened up his body, slotted it with the right peg. You know, Greenwood, first time, took it on in control, nicely sweet, let it fly with the left foot. And no one really knows what his strongest foot is today, because that's how good he is with both feet. And then the final goal, man, from Bruno Fernandes. They said he doesn't turn up against the top 6 teams. That's what they said. Bruno silenced guys. He silenced guys against Liverpool, because that free kick was beauty. see Pogba standing as a shield, blocking the view of Alisson. Bruno Fernandes aimed directly for Pogba. Pogba did the dip, right in the net. He got beaten on his own side, Alisson. How does he feel? How does he feel? Do you know what? That was a lovely game. It was an attacking game. I love playing Liverpool. And the thing about Liverpool, like I say it before and I'll say it again. Say Chicago, this is the guest. But look, I'll say it again. Liverpool, it's a minute difference. Like, they could have easily got away with something on that day, like yesterday. They could have easily got away with a result. There's fine margins with Liverpool. The defense was shambolic. I mean, I think yesterday proved that, in terms of the fullbacks, like, if they're not assisting, if they're not goal scoring or anything like they do, defensively, they're not quite there. We saw Wan-Bissaka rip Robertson. He got burnt twice. And you're just like, yeah, you can whip in across and all of that, but can you defend? Your primary job is to defend. Can you? Trent, can you? When when the going gets tough and you'll need to pull up your socks and go into those crunching tackles, you got Trent looking like a pretty boy, not trying to get any scars on his shins. And you got Robertson getting twisted in and out by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, bro. If he's getting twisted by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, boy, watch when them man come against Son and them man Bergwijn and them man there midweek and Harry Kane. It's gonna be long. It is gonna be long. And I've always said it, we don't have these attacking fullbacks and great, assisters or goal scorers. Yeah, we've got Tellers and stuff, and he's still integrating into the team. But I'm just like, I'd rather have Wan-Bissaka if our attack is doing what they need to be doing. I'm not really worrying about our fullbacks. Yeah, it's a bonus, them getting forward and whipping in crosses, but primarily I want them to defend. And Wan-Bissaka can do that. Luke Shaw, he's looking like the best fullback in the league right about now. And yeah, you may say I'm biased because I'm a Manchester United supporter, but he's looking attack-wise, great. Defense-wise, great. He's looking quality all-rounded. And you want a guy that can not only go forward and attack well, but can also defend well, that balance. And that's where I like guys like, Reece James from Chelsea and all of these guys. They got a bit of both, they got a bit of that defense-minded, attributes as well as attack-minded attributes. But when the going gets tough, man, you want to depend on guys like Trent and Robertson to be making those crunching tackles. I don't know, man. I can depend on Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 100% for that. And you know what? Our attack's doing what it's doing, and we're getting these wins, But obviously, we're through to the next round. We've got Sheffield United now that we need to focus on. We've got that, that was a tense game in the first leg that we had against them when we won that game. What was it? I don't even know. 3-2, whatever that scoreline was, but it shouldn't have been that close. It shouldn't have been that tight. And I'm hoping that United, one thing we need to learn is how to put teams away, put them to bed. You see City, when they're in form, they get that goal. After the next one, like they're down. After the next one, as if they're like conceded 2 more goals. They're hungry, they're putting teams to bed. They're winning games 2-0, 3-0 or 3-1s or whatever it is. And I think United, what we need to do is do that as well. We need to be putting teams to bed. We're not doing that enough. Yeah, we've made that step in winning games, winning those tight games that we weren't doing last season against these teams, or breaking them down, or playing to the last minute. We've made a lot of improvements there, but I just feel like we need to be able to score multiple goals, make these games look a lot more comfortable, and I think that's the next step for us. But Sheffield United is going to be a tough game. They've been unlucky. I know that they're sitting at the bottom of the league or somewhere around there, but they've been unlucky, and I feel that they probably need a solid goal scorer. They do play as a team. They just don't get that luck in terms of putting the ball in the net. They're not scoring enough goals, and I think they can do with that. But yeah, I mean, that's on to the next game, man. On to the next game, and hopefully, man, we can get more victories, man, and stay in this title race. Obviously, you've seen De Bruyne is injured. I wonder how that's going to look with City. You've seen, you've heard me say Vardy, he's had a hernia operation, but he's not really out for too long. A couple of games, he's probably going to miss a few weeks, and then he will be back. Let's see if there's going to be a change in that dynamic in terms of how they perform and how much points they get. We're looking at Rashford now, and I'm worried about Rashford because he had a knee little issue going on there. He got subbed towards the latter stage of the game. He had a knee issue. Now he's going to get scanned, and that result as of now hasn't come out. But I'm hoping it's nothing major. I'm hoping that, if anything, he can get rested against Sheffield United if it's a sore knee or whatever it is, and then get ready for our next game. I'm hoping it's nothing major. If it is major, then that's going to be a shame, because he has been one of our best players alongside, your Cavani's and your Bruno's and your Pogba's, and you need up top firing, and if he's out, we're going to be mainly dependent on Cavani, and hoping that Martial and Greenwood could pull something out the bag in some of these games. So let's just hope that, Rashford keeps fit. But, yeah, I mean, Bruno, man, he don't score against big six teams, and now, he's silenced the crowd. And you know what? When we signed Bruno last year, January, and the issue with Manchester United back then is we couldn't break down the lower teams. We've got Bruno Fernandes, and we're breaking down these lower teams, and we're getting more wins and more points off these teams more than ever. And Bruno's not getting his props for that, because he's having a big influence, and he's contributing massively to those. And now it's turned to, you don't do it against big teams. And Bruno, you just need to give that guy time, because he's going to do it against big teams. He was contributing last season against big teams. This season, not so much so, you're right. But what he is doing is contributing to the way that we play as a team. The way we function is a lot more fluid. It's a lot more comfortable. It's a lot more attacking. And you saw when Bruno came on, it's not a surprise that it was involved in a goal. It's not a surprise, and I don't care who we're playing. And even if he's not directly involved in terms of getting a goal or contribution, he's chasing down the ball. He's causing the opposition to pass the ball quicker than they would have wanted to pass it. Maybe rushing that, causing a mistake to happen. He's making the team gel a lot more. He's doing a lot more off the ball as well as he is doing on the ball. Yeah, you may say he gives away the ball, but I don't care. With those outputs, I don't care. I do not care. What we appreciate as Manchester United fans is that we've got our next Eric Cantona. We've got our next person that is going to be, a shining light for United for the next, God knows how many seasons. He's that good. He's that good, And, if he keeps having seasons like this, another season like this or two, people will start saying, Bruno Fernandes, if they're not already, Bruno Fernandes, world class. Bruno Fernandes, Ballon d'Or, providing we win, Premier Leagues or whatever it is like that. Bruno Fernandes, one of the best in Europe. That's how good he is for Manchester United. That's how good he's performing. And I haven't seen a number 10 like him. I mean, a guy that's that creative, contributes that much, and is that hard working. I don't see guys that run like him. I'm telling you, for his position, I don't see it. They don't run like him. They don't grind like him. They don't have the mentality like him. They're not like him. Bruno is one of a kind, and he's at our club. He did it in Portugal. He's doing it in the Premier League, and he's proving his worth. And you know what? Congratulations as well to Mason Greenwood for getting your goal, breaking that goal drought, and I hope that continues as well. Transfer window. Let me get onto that real quick. There's nothing new. There's nothing new in a transfer window for Manchester United anyway. Obviously, we've got Amad Diallo. He's been doing well, and Ollie's been saying that, he may get his start sooner rather than later, and maybe he might get that start against, Sheffield United if there's no Rashford. Who knows? He might be on the bench. He might get a little cameo. Who knows? But I'm excited to see him anyway. And that's it, there's nothing really major. I know there's rumours about Upamecano and all of these other stories, but I don't think anything's happening in January in terms of Manchester United bringing in guys. There might be news in terms of outgoings like Rojo, like I said in my previous pod, in terms of guys like Lingard. I'm hearing that West Ham now for Lingard are front runners. Lingard, I'm not aware if he's shown any interest in that move yet, but I'm hearing that they are front runners. There are a number of teams that are interested in Lingard. Newcastle's also another team that is interested in him, as well as Sheffield United was interested in him. Obviously didn't want to go there, but West Ham could be a good move. And you know what? Lingard's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a United, blooded guy. He's been with the squad since he's been a kid. And you know what? I want to see him do well. I want to see him get the minutes that he wants. I want to see him give himself any opportunity to get into the Euros. So him getting game time, him playing every game, you know, for a team that's probably on his level right now, is what I want to see. And you know, who knows, he can, you know, create an avenue for him where he can get into the Euros. So a team like West Ham might not be bad, because Moyes seems to be getting the best out of West Ham right now. He's got Antonio back as well, and that, you know, he can get a victory out of that West Ham squad. He's finding his groove with that team. So, you know, Lingard might not be a bad shout going there, you know, for a quick loan anyway, see how it goes. And then if you improve, or if you do well there, then you may have other clubs, you know, foreign clubs. Maybe you might get a move to Inter Milan and back up with guys like Lukaku and Ashley Young and them and there, and Sanchez. So, you know, think about it, man. Think about it. But you know what? This is Fema F, baby. Please say the baby. OT99 Banter Room. We are out.